Holistic flea and worm treatments for dogs are all the rage at the moment. These are the magic potions that people swear by because someone on the internet said that their dog's parasites vanished after nothing more than a sprinkle of garlic and a dream. I'm all for natural living, I've got chickens and a veg patch, but when it comes to parasites, those tiny little organisms whose whole job it is to turn your dog into a walking snack bar, natural usually translates to nice idea, but zero results. While you're over there mixing vinegar, coconut oil and hope together, the fleas are still biting, the worms are still thriving, and your dog's wondering why you're seasoning them like a slow cooker recipe. So let's break down why these remedies don't actually, work. So someone online will tell you sprinkle a little bit of garlic over your dog's food and the fleas will flee and disappear. Yeah, they might disappear onto the other dogs at the emergency vet clinic that you're going to have to take yours to when they come down with Heinz body anemia. Garlic doesn't repel fleas. It repels common sense and vampires, but for your dog, it will just slowly poison them over time. Then we've got the apple cider vinegar crowd. It balances their pH. Parasites hate acidic dogs. Parasites do not give a single biological crap about your dog's pH level. Fleas aren't tiny Michelin star sommeliers carefully swirling your dog like a good glass of Pinot, checking the bouquet. No, it's too acidic actually, I think I'm out. They don't care. They just jump on, bite and party away. And then don't get me started on the essential oils. Frankly, if your dog could talk, they would be begging you to keep that peppermint diffuser away from their face. Essential oils can burn their skin, it can irritate their lungs, and some, like tea tree oil like this one, are just downright toxic to dogs. Meanwhile, the fleas are still there, vibing away, smelling like they're having a spa day. Then there's the coconut oil cult. Rub coconut oil into your dog, it suffocates the fleas. But in real life, coconut oil is just going to give your dog a greasy coat and a greasy sofa to sit on and, surprise, surprise, still give you fleas. They'll just slip round a bit more gracefully like tiny tap dancing gremlins. Now let's move on from fleas and all the things that we've got in our cupboard to worms, because the holistic disaster doesn't stop there, unfortunately. Pumpkin seeds. They can be a great snack, but there is zero scientific evidence that they help to deworm dogs. You'll also hear people telling you to use something called diatomaceous earth. It's great for your garden, it's great for treating your chickens, but it is not so good for dogs' internal parasites. Putting this stuff in your dog's body is like eating sand to try and get rid of mosquitoes. It's not going to harm the worms, it's just going to scratch up their insides. Other people will also tell you to sprinkle some of this around your garden, and you can tell that those people have never actually worked with this stuff. If this gets in your lungs, even just a tiny little bit of the dust, you are hecking and kecking for the rest of the day. Trust me. Now imagine what that would do if it got hoovered up by your dog's incredibly powerful snoot. And then you will hear about raw garlic again. It still doesn't work, but apparently people think that it can treat worms as well. It is still toxic to your dog, and quite frankly, stop giving it to your dog. It's delicious. Why are you wasting it on them? Worms will not spontaneously evacuate the building because you've seasoned your dog like some kind of fancy Italian entree. Here's why I care about this though, and why I want to make sure that you're doing the best for your dog. It's because when parasites turn up, they turn up hard. Fleas don't just annoy your dog. They cause allergic reactions, skin infections, anemia, and can carry tapeworms. Now, the tapeworms aren't just something icky that you're going to need to deal with every now and again. They can stunt a puppy's growth. They can wreck organs, and in extreme cases, they can kill your dog. That's not me being dramatic, that is veterinary medicine 101. Now let's compare these things that we've gone through with something that is actually scientifically made to treat fleas and worms in your dog. This stuff has gone through studies, safety trials, dosage checks, peer-reviewed research. Parasites have to be proved to be dead underneath a microscope for them to be allowed to sell this stuff. Big scary words tend to get thrown back at me when I recommend that people use actual medication because there are some scary sounding ingredients in these things. There's ethanol, there's butanol, hexanol. They've got cyanide as a compound in there as well, and surely that can't be safe for your dog, except it is because I'm sorry, I'm doing the meme. Those are the ingredients of an apple. We don't think twice about eating apples because it's all about the dosage and the use at the time. My wife's first cancer was cured by something derived from mustard gas, and then we cured the second one by filling her up with arsenic, because science works. You know what holistic remedies have? Someone's distant relation posting, "It worked for us," on a Facebook group with sunflowers as a header. That's not actual science. That's optimism, unfortunately with a side of delusion. Just because someone made a pretty JPEG and put it on Facebook doesn't make it true. And listen, this isn't about shaming people who like to have natural approaches to things. I'm all for natural when possible, but you should be using what actually works when your dog's health is on the line. Because fleas and worms do not care about your vibe, your organic lifestyle, or your homemade potion. They care about surviving, and unfortunately, they are really good at it. If you want to add some natural products alongside proper medication, that's great. Coconut supplements can give your dog a really nice shiny coat. Pumpkin seeds are a really tasty, healthy treat for them. But these things are accessories, not armor. No reputable vet will tell you to fight parasites with the power of positive thinking and stuff that you can just find in your cupboard. You need something proven, something reliable, something used by millions of dogs the world over. Otherwise, these parasites are going to keep having a rooftop pool party on your dog. You know what's actually good for dogs? Medications that have been properly tested on parasites. Guidance from vets who have decades of experience. Science. Yes, we all want what's best for our dogs, and we don't want to give them anything that could potentially hurt them. But whenever anyone tells you their special recipe actually works, and it's way better than what the big scary vet companies want you to have, ask them for any actual proof. Not a story, just one shred of actual evidence. They can't. Down in the description, I'm posting all of the evidence that we've used for this video. People will often tell you to do your own research, but then they won't actually tell you where they got their info from, so that is where we got ours from. I'm not saying that vets get everything right all the time, but they do have an absolute stack of proof on this one that backs them up. Love your dog enough to choose treatments that work, not just ones that look good on wellness blogs. If you've heard some crazy combos for keeping fleas and worms away, then please let us know down in the comments. Our channel is all about real training for real people in real life, and we've got plenty more of that over on our main page. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, look after yourself, and just as importantly, look after your dog.